that they have given.
We've got more news coming in now from the Supreme Court. The centre has pleaded to the court to extend the stay on the remaining 4 convicts in Rajiv Gandhi's assassination case. The apex court will hear the centre's plea on Thursday. Remember, the court had already stayed the release of 3 other convicts whose death sentences were commuted to life and were about to be released by the Tamil Nadu government. The government had earlier announced that it would release all 7 individuals who were held guilty in the conspiracy to assassinate former Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi. 3 of them, as you know, had their death sentences commuted to life. 4 of them were serving life terms. Jaskirat Singh Bawa, our legal correspondent, is now on the phone line with us. Jaskirat, this was largely expected by the government's plea in the Supreme Court. We're hearing the case will now be heard on Thursday.
Well, that's correct. In fact, one of the government counsels very candidly admitted to us on record that there was perhaps either a lapse or an oversight with regards to the remaining 4 convicts who was already serving the life sentence. Today, the government, via the Additional Solicitor General Siddharth Luthra, has filed a fresh plea. It's a substantive plea requesting an extension of the similar order that applies to the 3 other convicts, namely Santa, Murugan and Perivalam, to also be extended to the remaining 4 convicts serving a life sentence. No orders today. The centre has simply moved the Supreme Court for the time being, and the Supreme Court bench headed by Chief Justice of India is likely to take it up for consideration on Thursday.
Jaskirat, there's also that plea in the Supreme Court against the commutation of those death sentences. What becomes of that?
Well, that remains for the first week of March. The first week of March is when it was listed for. Until then, the Tamil Nadu government has to maintain a status quo with regards to those 3 convicts I mentioned earlier whose death sentences were commuted to life. And by the 3rd or the 6th of March, the Tamil Nadu government is supposed to respond to the centre's plea, which actually sought a stay on that. As far as the review petition itself is concerned, the review petition specifically has not been listed for any specific date yet. That is supposed to come up in chambers, and that is we're yet to know as to exactly when the Supreme Court is likely to take it up.
Jaskirat, many thanks for the updates there.